So I posted some pictures of some used reefer trailers, semi-trailers, 45 to 53 footers. They're selling them for about $8,000 a piece. It was $79.95 or whatever, and getting a lot of flack. Like, oh, those run on diesel, and oh, those don't have drainage. Oh, those don't have this. Those don't have that. Agreed. Yes, there is some modifications that are going to need to be done. First and foremost, I'm not using the refrigeration system that comes with those trailers. For one, half of them don't work. For two, they run on diesel, and they're just monstrosities that I don't need to screw with. That's not what I'm doing. What I need is the insulated structure. That's the whole point of this. If you got 10 rabbits or less, you don't need something like this. When you're into the game like I am, where you're looking to put 100 rabbits in each building, that's when the volume you can put in a building matters. Now, I'm in the middle of cleaning this up. This is a nightmare. 75-mile-an-hour wind gust came along and turned it into an insurance claim for me. So this building was 10 foot by 20 foot, and I had the adjuster come out and figure out what I had into it and what it would take to replace it, and his estimate was at like $13,800, so $13,800 to replace a 10 foot by 20 foot building, insulated structure. That didn't include the cages or anything else that was inside of it. Luckily, I was able to write those up under the contents clause, and I was able to get paid on my waste handling system that I had in this building. So I got lucky. My insurance is very good. So Farm Bureau, if you're watching this, thank you very much. Now, back to the point at hand. To replace this building, a 10 by 20, it would cost me $13,000 to have an insulated structure with 200 square feet. That's ridiculous. So if I bought one of those trailers for $8,000, it is 8.5 foot wide by 53 feet long, which I think comes up to somewhere around 424 square feet. So not quite half the cost of my building, but twice the square footage. The structure of that thing would be perfect for a rabbit shed, because this was a 10 by 20, and I figured I could max out both walls of a 10 by 20 with 24 cages each if I did 4 layers with pull-out pans. So that's 48 rabbits in a 10 by 20. And if I wanted to get real crazy, there was space in the middle for a second double row that I'd have to move back and forth on, kind of like a library cart type setup. We're not doing that. So if I get one of these trailers, I could double the amount of rabbits that were inside and not use the existing refrigeration system to cool them, but to put a large swamp cooler, something that's meant for like 6,000 square foot, something that's got a high CFM that'll move a lot of air through there, so they got fresh air, and it can cool a lot of bunnies. Because when you're stacked in there 4 tall, there's a lot of rabbits in a small area. That builds some heat, and you need to get that out of the building. Right now, even when it's super humid, it's about 80% humid out here in the desert, which is just about unheard of. But during monsoon season, that's about right. I'm still getting a 20-degree temperature drop from the outside to the inside, just using a regular swamp cooler. During the middle of the day, that drops down about 15% difference, which when it's high humidity, we're not hitting that 120 degrees anymore. We're only at about 100 to 105. So 20 degrees less than 105 is still survivable for rabbits. It keeps them under 90. Granted, they won't breed at 85 to 88 degrees, but they will survive. So that's just kind of getting them through. Now, if I put the intercooler on the swamp cooler, and I can use a thermocoupling chip to drop the temperature of the water about 60 degrees. Yes, that costs electricity, but that's fine. It's a built-in cost of doing business. Or you throw solar panels on it, whatever. I can get that exit temperature of the swamp cooler. I think right now it's at 78 degrees. I can get that exit temperature down to about 45 to 50 degrees and drop the temperature inside of the trailer much, much lower. So, to recap, I am not buying trailers to use their cooling system, and I'm not transporting them around like I'm taking my rabbits on a freaking parade or something. They would be stationary units. They would be a shed It doesn't require a foundation. Yes, I might strap it down because apparently we do get some serious winds here. Yikes. So, that being said, is it ugly? Yeah. Does it work? Yes. Kind of like me.